This is Dezcreepcore, and you're watching At Random with Ken K.
Hey guys, this is Ken K. I am here in Providence, Rhode Island at the Rhode Island Comic Con, and I am here with Dezcreep.
Hello.
And what are you thinking of the con so far? This is day 2.
Honestly, everyone's been so welcoming and so friendly, and I've never been here before, so it's been a really good first experience so far.
So you've been cosplaying for how long?
About 5 years now professionally, but for fun, maybe 7.
So what do you think got you into cosplaying? Was this something that, were you always sort of someone who was into costuming or craft work?
So I used to live in Southeast Asia, in Malaysia and Singapore, and they had a lot of the anime conventions there. So I went to my first one when I was about 15, and I fell in love with all the Lolita outfits, the schoolgirl outfits, and the Harajuku fashion. So that's honestly what got me into the idea of cosplay.
So I see from your portfolio that you've cosplayed as a lot of Marvel and anime characters. You're here as Beerus from what was it, Dragon Ball?
Super. Dragon Ball Super, yeah.
Oh, okay. I have never been the biggest Dragon Ball Z fan. I will be perfectly fine to admit that, just because I know it was a big deal when I was growing up, getting into anime. But now I'm just kind of like, yeah, no, there was always something about the fights that would take like a week's worth of episodes for one character to build up a power move that would ultimately miss and just hit a mountain.
Yeah, it happens. I think a lot of it is the nostalgia of it because I grew up watching it. And now Super's a lot quicker compared to Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, so I think it's a little bit easier to watch. So I do recommend it.
Yeah, because there are like 200-300 episodes of Dragon Ball Z?
About that, yeah.
So what would you say has, in terms of doing cosplay for the past few years, what would you say have been some of your favorite characters to cosplay?
Oh boy, I think Spider-Man from Infinity War, the Iron Spider suit, that's been one of my favorites just because I've been a huge Spider-Man fan for a while. I also like doing my Joker, my Joaquin Phoenix Joker. It's the most recent cosplay of mine. But ultimately, my favorite will always be Domino. I don't get to wear her very often because it is a very warm outfit and it's a lot of body paint. So I melt a lot.
So for a cosplay like that and doing the body paint, do you like strategically know where you'll have to put the body paint based on the costume, or are you maybe overcompensating even though you're going to be putting a costume on over top of parts that would be body painted?
I normally just cover my whole top torso in body paint because I never know if I shift a certain way, if my glove will show my skin, or if I move too much. Just to be safe, I just do body paint half my body and hope for the best.
Okay, so what would you say is some of your, like, if you have a wish list of characters that you would like to do, what would you say are characters that you haven't done yet that you're really looking forward to taking a crack at?
One day I want to make a Lich King from Warcraft, and a Sylvanas as well. But so far, my only upcoming cosplay plans are Joffrey Baratheon, for a Christmas photo shoot that I'm doing. Not a Christmas, a winter photo shoot that I'm doing. And a couple more anime ones next year. Yeah.
So as far as like doing conventions like this, what would you say has been like the biggest challenge thus far, as far as whether it relates to travel, accommodations? Obviously, if you're going to be cosplaying multiple outfits over the course of the convention, transport is definitely an issue for all of the components.
Yeah. I would say that one is definitely the one. Traveling with certain props, they get smushed or they get destroyed during travel, so I have to be very careful about what I take to conventions that are out of the state. I had a Soldier 76. Unfortunately, TSA destroyed my gun and my mask, so I have to redo the whole thing. So it's scary to travel with my props. I get very paranoid about it.
Now, do you do all of this work yourself, or do you have people that help you with some elements?
I normally make all my costumes. Like this whole outfit today is all handmade by me, not the wig. But there are a few that companies will send me something to model for them, and I do give them credit. I do have a lot of people that teach me new things, sewing techniques and foam techniques. However, I try and tackle things by myself and complete a whole look by hand.
Sounds good. Well, thank you for taking the time to talk with me here at Rhode Island Comic Con, and I hope you're enjoying the rest of the convention. Are there any other costumes that you're going to be showing while you're here?
Tomorrow, the last day of the convention, I will be Todoroki in the school uniform because it's comfy, it's a short day, and I have to travel home, so it's easy to change out of.
Sounds good. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right.